After being condemned by Democrats and some Republicans for his repeated coddling of Putin and his defense of Russia's efforts to interfere in the 2016 election, Trump tepidly backpedaled later that day as to whether I believe it or not, I'm with our agencies, especially as currently constituted. Trump appears more concerned with protecting Putin's feelings and reputation than he is in defending the United States from a foreign power. Ultimately, to live in the age of Donald Trump is to experience the bastard child of postmodernism. Truth testing is rejected. Facts are unimportant. The mere assertion of an opinion with no empirical basis can somehow make that claim true. Yes, the age of Trump is a paradigm shift that has been years or decades in the making. Nonetheless, it is a shock to the system. How did this all come to pass? There are many widely discussed factors that have led to the rise of Trumpism. They include resurgent white supremacy, an irresponsible and failing main news media, consumerism, broken schools, a lack of civic literacy, weakening democratic institutions, a decades-long increase in authoritarianism among conservatives, extreme wealth inequality, and the human devastation caused by neoliberalism, celebrity culture, and a destructive, irresponsible and revanchist right-wing movement and Republican Party. But there are other dynamics which help to birth a national and global crisis that is Donald Trump's presidency. They include anti-intellectualism. Trumpism is an assault on expert knowledge and intelligence. As Richard Hofstadter pointed out in 1963, a hostility to and rejection of learned knowledge, reason and education are fixtures of movement conservatism in today's Republican Party. Anti-intellectualism masks ignorance and stupidity with crude populism. The whole toxic bundle is then sold to the impressionable and the gullible as meritorious traits of real Americans. The Dunning-Kruger effect. This is a psychological phenomenon where the least knowledgeable and most ignorant persons about a given subject are most likely to assert their expertise about it. Trump's repeated claims to be smart and intelligent are an example of the Dunning-Kruger effect in practice. Moreover, Trump's administration has taken the elevation of ignorance to spectacular new heights by appointing cabinet-level and other officials who are wholly unqualified for their jobs. Information backfire. Trumpism is a political cult. The right-wing media is a highly effective propaganda machine which has created an alternate reality for its public. In this framework, empirical reality and facts are rejected if they do not align with the tenets and leaders of the political religion. Finding common ground based on shared values and beliefs with those who exist in that epistemically sealed world is all but impossible. Future shock. This is a sickness which comes from too much change in too short a time. It's the feeling that nothing is permanent anymore. Globalization, fears about demographic change e.g., white supremacy, racism and nativism, and anxieties about loss of jobs to automation fuel Trumpism as well as far-right movements in Europe and elsewhere. Anti-rationalism. Susan Jacoby describes this as not lack of knowledge per se, but arrogance about that lack of knowledge. The problem is not just the things we do not know. Consider the 1 in 5 American adults who, according to the National Science Foundation, thinks the sun revolves around the earth. It's the alarming number of Americans who have smugly concluded that they do not need to know such things in the first place. Call this anti-rationalism, a syndrome that is particularly dangerous to our public institutions and discourse. Not knowing a foreign language or the location of an important country is a manifestation of ignorance. Denying that such knowledge matters is pure anti-rationalism. This is a concise summation of how Donald Trump, a man who is proudly ignorant and does not read, could be elevated to the presidency by a Republican Party which does not merely reject reason and intelligence but holds them in contempt.